Coming up next to the stage, I want to have Bitcoin mining security update by SlushPool.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. My name is Jan Čapek. I'm the co-founder of Brains. That's the company that's been developing and running SlushPool for the past 6 years. We also do a new project called BrainsOS, which is the open source initiative for the mining firmware. And we're also sort of like responsible for the current state of the mining stack, especially for the Stratum protocol that has been invented in 2010 by Slush himself. And today I just want to correct a few facts about the state of the protocol and about the mining stack. And what are the facts why BetterHash could or could not be used. So the current mining stack, what do we have here? We do have the hardware that is running some manufacturer OS. It's usually some crippled or disabled Linux version that has some limited capabilities. Usually what we see from the manufacturers that they're trying to take away a few functionalities, like randomly you would use your SSH access because the manufacturer decides to do so. The question is also what is running inside of the operating system. Are there any backdoors? Did anybody see the sources and so on? Are the users actually able to replicate what the manufacturer built for them? Probably not. Then we have the famous CG miner, which is the code that used to mine Bitcoin from day one on the CPU, then it moved onto FPGA. And I tried covering this story with the CG miner in my talk in San Francisco in Bitcoin 2019. And basically, the problem with the current code base of the CG miner is this very far from what it used to be a few years ago, because basically a lot of mining logic has been moved to the closed source components that are running, for example, in the FPGA part of the control boards of the recent mining devices like S9. Which makes it, again, less transparent. We've seen the cases of ASIC boost not being published and available to the users. And it's written in ancient C. Basically, every manufacturer forks their own version of the code base, and basically nobody really wants to work on it anymore. And the last but not least is the Stratum protocol that actually is used by the mining software to talk to the pools to get the mining work, and obviously it has some security flaws. Basically, there's no authentication of the messages coming from the server, so it's possible to hijack the hash rate. We have seen the cases with altcoins when somebody did a BGP attack, basically rerouted the hash rate to their pool. If you're a big farm operator, if somebody does this man-in-the-middle attack and you lose like 1 or 2% of your hash rate, chances are that you may not notice for quite a while the attacker is getting rich in the meantime. So what do we do about it? Basically, a year ago, we started the initiative called BrainsOS. That's an open WRT Linux distribution, fully open source, fully transparent. And we have given this to the community so that they can use it, they can introspect it, they can audit it, and they can eventually run it on S9s and T1s. But the problem was that it's really difficult to add support for the latest hardware because the code base of the CG miner is really cluttered and there are like so many clones made by different manufacturers that it's barely maintainable. So we decided to take the next step, and we have rewritten the whole CG miner in Rust, which is the modern programming language. So it's gaining a lot of traction by the community, and we're hoping that it's going to attract new developers. It's called Boss Miner. And last but not least, again, is the Stratum v2. And now I would like to explain the differences. It's actually Matt Corello who inspired us with the decentralization problem so that there could not be attacks like we've seen what Ghash did back in 2014 or whenever it happened. And basically, the new version of the Stratum protocol is more data efficient, is binary like BetterHash is. It also has the decentralization features like work selection protocol, and is tailored for the big operations that require custom management and telemetry and all these data collection parts. So now where we are. Currently, we do have a prototype that's running the BrainsOS and the new miner. We do have a proxy that is able to translate the Stratum v2 to Stratum v1 so that you could actually use it with the current pool. Obviously, nothing out of this is still set in stone. So basically, if you're a manufacturer of hardware, if you're a mining software management manufacturer, or you're just a big farm and you're interested in having the features that you like in your mining software, please come talk to us. We're starting this initiative, and we would like to set the standard to be open, and we would like to start the general discussion. Thank you.